Your crypto portfolio is down over 50% and now you start wondering if you hold the right altcoins or not. I believe we have the best solution for that in the entire industry, and we will get to that soon enough. But first, Jack, why do you think people feel that way?
Well, because it hurts, first of all. Losing a lot of money, it was quite a brutal altcoin. I don't even want to call it shakeout. It was like pretty much a crash. And obviously it was not only altcoins, but everyone lost a lot of money. Also in the stock markets, but especially altcoins were very, very heavily hit it with minus 60, 80, even 90 to 95%. So I'm sure a lot of people out there are hurt because losing money is obviously, it's one of the deepest emotions you can feel as a human, right? There's this loss aversion bias, which shows us that statistically we feel a loss way harder inside our bodies than we do when we gain or when we have a lot of gain. And I think because you have these strong emotions in your body, this is why you ask this question, but and also some uncertainty because you're not sure what you need to do right now. But I think a better question would be like, how did all of this happen in the first place?
Yeah, I did a lot of portfolio reviews in the previous weeks, and like most people that come to me, like when I ask them how they found like those coins that are in their portfolio right now, like 99% of them answer the question with, okay, I bought it because a YouTuber recommended it to me, or I'm in this like small investor circle and they were talking about it. But the problem is like most people ask this question because they have no strategy. So they think, okay, this person who recommended this coin to me just because he has like a bigger following or something like that is trustworthy. But like, yeah, this is like where most people buy coins from that later on lead to those losses. So yeah, I would say this is one of the biggest reasons. So the source of information is just flawed.
Yeah, basically, just to sum it up, it's you are trusting a stranger on the internet, which you have never ever met, and he's giving you advice on an industry which you have hardly any idea of.
Yeah.
Right? You're a beginner. So what do you think?
Yeah. Which outcome?
What do you think happens?
Exactly. So yeah, it's just like in every work field. Like when you start in this specific area, you always start at the beginning with the easy tasks. But in crypto, everyone seems to forget that and starts going into the very difficult like altcoin area. I understand why they are doing this because it gets sold as like an easy way to make money. But a lot of people realize that now that it isn't as easy as they initially thought. So you can't really blame the people who come into this world because it gets sold as something which is easy. It's like going into a casino, right?
Yeah.
So everyone, like the casino is telling you, okay, here you can make like those big wins. All you need to do is press a couple of buttons and have the right order of symbols, and then you will be a millionaire. Like it's pretty much the same in the altcoin space, but because it's sold as an investment, people like forget that like it's not an investment for them because they don't have the necessary knowledge. For them, it's just like another way of gambling. But yeah, it gets sold as an investment. So you can't really blame the people in the first place. But yeah.
So basically they see online that there's this method where you can make a lot of money.
Yeah.
They know this is the industry of the future, which it is. And then obviously the first thing you're going to do is you go on YouTube, you go on Twitter, you try to gather more information. The problem with that is that you are delegating your work to people that don't have the best interests of you at heart. And then obviously you're going to buy this stuff because you don't know better and they're so like proclaimed experts. So you're basically delegating one of the most important lessons of your life to someone you don't even know. Right? And who surely and guarantee doesn't know you. So is that really the best way? And obviously in markets phases where everything goes up, it might work, but I don't know a single person out there who has made money by listening to another guy's free advice out there while he doesn't know that he exists.
Exactly. There's always an intention.
This is not how money making works in investing.
No.
Do you know one single rich guy? We know so many crypto millionaires. Do you know one guy who said, I listened to this stranger online and he made me a multimillionaire and I kept it?
Nope.
Because there's a difference of making $1 million when everything's going up 1,000x, but keeping it is another thing. I'm talking about that. Keeping millions of dollars by doing this.
I haven't met a single crypto millionaire who got rich by listening to advices from people on YouTube. And like everyone we know who plays in that extremely high area, like what they think about YouTubers and their recommendations like tells a lot. So there's like YouTube for them is the lowest level source of information when it comes to what they should buy. It's always their own process, their own strategy on like how to find a coin, what makes a coin valuable. And yeah, like when we could go one level deeper here. So for example, like when you watch someone talking about the next 10x coin, like do you believe he will give you like an unfiltered way or unfiltered analysis of this coin? Of course, he will only talk about the good sides of things. And like we worked in that area, we know exactly like those projects pay those influencers to talk positively about them. They don't pay them to talk about the risks or the potential like things that could go wrong and which will make the price go down in the future. Like it's extremely biased media if someone is talking about a coin. Like if you see someone talking 50 minutes about the pros and cons in depth, okay, then you might have someone who's not doing that, but yeah. I think that's...
And also like if someone tells you this is the next 10x, next 100x, will they share the exits with you?
No.
Or how does it happen in your brain? You see, okay, this coin is going to 10x. When it actually does a 10x, will you sell? Or will you listen to the new video of the new guy telling you, oh no, this is going to do another 10x.
Yeah.
So they don't, like there's no set rules. Everything is kind of random. There's no clear strategy, but yeah, this is a problem. But I think what most of people want to know right now is like, if I have certain, like my portfolio is down, I have XYZ altcoins, like, am I holding the right ones or should I hold other altcoins? What do you think about this?
So we already answered the question, like how this all happened.
Yeah.
And now you have either like two solutions to that problem. The first one is to prevent that problem from ever happening again by using a proven method. Or you go and do what you already are doing and like hold those coins, continue holding those coins and stay in them as a long-term investor. Now, this specific way of investing into altcoins has like a lot of risk to it, because if you look at the data, you see that there's not a single altcoin out there who outperformed Bitcoin over a 2-year time span. So with your, and I'm sorry to say that, with your limited knowledge about crypto, about how things work, because like you look at your portfolio right now, it's down a lot. So with the current processes you have in place, with the current systems you have in place, like how high is the probability that you chose this one specific altcoin which outperformed Bitcoin compared to all the other altcoins out there which will underperform and go maybe not to zero, but will stay at the low levels that they're at right now. So the long-term investor approach to altcoins, which a lot of people choose right now, is not necessarily the one that will bring you the greatest returns or get you even back to your initial portfolio value.
Yeah.
So this is the first one. The second one is, yeah, you can cover that.
Yeah, so basically what Robin is saying, that's, I believe that's what you're saying to them, is that they're asking themselves the wrong question. It's not like, should I hold these altcoins or not? But first of all, like, should you even hold altcoins in the first place?
100%.
And that's what you said, because should you even hold altcoins in the first place? Like, there's one solution to it, and that's buying and holding an altcoin. Like, let's say Bitcoin, when it first came into the market, it was like an altcoin. It was super volatile. It was like a shitcoin. It was going up a lot, then down, bear markets. So the thing is, like, can you hold an asset at $10 and sell it at 100K? Do you have that long-term vision? And this is one of the hardest things to do, right? Because if you want to hold assets long-term, you need to be okay with the volatility.
Yeah.
And to be okay with the volatility, you need to be so convinced about your thesis that you have the ability to stomach this volatility. When things go down 80%, you're like, yeah, but it's Bitcoin. It's going to change the world because of XYZ. But the thing is, when you delegate your research and let's say YouTuber XYZ tells you that, you don't do any research, so you have zero conviction. So when things go down, you have fear because you do not even understand this project. Like, yeah, what does it do? I know approximately what it does, but you don't really understand what it does. You're like, yeah, Bitcoin is this immutable network. You don't even know what this means, right?
Exactly.
You don't really understand it. And also what you said, I think that's very good. Statistically, the probability of you choosing an altcoin, which you can hold for multiple years, is really almost zero. Like, you need to be the luckiest man or woman on the planet to hold an altcoin for multiple years and it not going to zero, let alone going to zero versus Bitcoin. I challenge you, take every chart you see on CoinGecko, that's old, 2-3 years, and chart it against Bitcoin, which means you can see the performance of the altcoin versus Bitcoin. I guarantee you, all of them are down versus Bitcoin. You can find, I don't even know if you can find one which outperforms Bitcoin over a long enough time horizon. I'm not talking about 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. So this is the first solution, is like you find an altcoin, you hold it for a long time, and then you don't have this problem. You don't even ask yourself, like, am I holding the right altcoin or not? Because obviously you're super convinced.
Yes.
And also, you know that you can hold this altcoin in any market situation. And now,
I think I want to touch on that as well,
All right.
because like, what is conviction really? Like, what is conviction? Conviction means that you have two things in place. First of all, you're confident in the choices you have made. Second, you have enough knowledge to argument for your conviction. So how do you build that up? You don't build that up like there's one conviction. Wrong conviction means that you listen to someone else and get their view on the world, their view on a specific investment. But it's not your own conviction. It's not your own confidence in this investment. And this leads to you being, especially in bullish phases, like you get false conviction or false confidence in the choices that you make. And now, like, this also leads to you questioning right now if you made the right decision or not. And the simple answer is no. You haven't built up enough confidence, enough knowledge to make those long-term bets. And you only make those long-term bets by being in a market for a long time and building up experience in order to say, okay, I have a clear thesis on why I will hold this coin. And to go further into that, like, if you haven't had great experiences in crypto, so you haven't had like cashed out 10x's or even more than that, then you don't have a process right now which allows you to stay in an investment long term, because you have no proof that your system and your process works. And this gets into the second option that you have.
and also, one last thing is that it's so easy to understand crypto projects nowadays. Like, when we started, it was super hard. We didn't have AI. We didn't have customized bots. Like, we have everything. Like, we use all the newest technology, and it's so easy to understand coins. It's like crazy. So to go into an investment and to not even really understand the coin at its core, like, come on, like, some people even put their life savings into it and they don't even understand it.
Yeah.
So the technology is there. We have, like, I believe we have the best systems for that, for understanding coins. It's never been easier. And so this is the first thing, right? And the second thing you can do is, like, if you ask yourself the question, like, are you even, like, should you even hold altcoins or not? And the second solution is that you build a system which shows you if you should hold an altcoin or not in the long term, in the medium term. And this is what we do, right? Like, we have a system which shows me right now, I can go on there. We use AI, we use bots, and we use indicators that show us, okay, where is the market headed on the long-term horizon? Is it going down? Also, in the medium-term horizon, is it going down or up, right? And when things go down, you can sell. When the trend shifts, it goes down and you can sell. And then the thing is, what it does is you sell your altcoins. Even if you have good altcoins, everything goes down. If you look at the last 3 months, everything went down. It doesn't matter if you held the best altcoin in the world, even Bitcoin went down 30%, right? So everything got crushed. So it's either you stomach the volatility, you're like, all right. But if you don't want to feel this pain, if you want to go in and out of altcoins at the right time, you need AI, you need a system, you need indicators that show you, okay, right now, things are about to turn bad with a high degree of probability. So you sell, and then when things go down, the trend will shift again. It's not like altcoins will never go up again. I'm super bullish. Like, crypto is here to stay. It will make so many millionaires. It will make so many people rich, especially altcoins. But you need to know how to handle them. And then once you know, okay, I need to get in and get out, when things go down, first of all, you have dry powder to buy. Second of all, things don't go down a straight line, so you have time to do more research about the best coins that will come out or that are already out and that have the highest probability of outperforming every other coin out there, which is what we're doing right now. Also with our dedicated research group, we find the coins that have the highest probabilities of outperforming in the next leg up of altcoins. So you sell at the right time. When things go down and are about to turn green again, then you go in at the right time. We'll be the first ones to buy in again when altcoins are good or bad. And then also, we will not only enter at the right time, but we will enter in the best coins out there. So yeah, I don't know if you want to add something to this, but the last thing is like, to come back to the question, like, should they hold their altcoins or not? Like, what would you say? Like, if they didn't follow system, they have no systems, like, what would you say?
So you have, in my opinion, two options right now. The first one is that you continue doing what you're currently doing. So you try to listen to advice on YouTube and build your opinion that way. In this case, I will give you a hint. We already said it, like right now, we are not in altcoins with huge positions. Right now is the time to do research and figure out which altcoins are good in the future. I will give you that. The second option, and this is in my opinion the much better way to approach this, is to look at your portfolio, understand what you did wrong, and create a process out of the past mistakes that you've made. Now, our brain works like that past decisions still influence our future decisions, meaning that right now all the coins that you're holding, all the coins that are down a lot, like the chances of you performing at your best in the next leg up will be very, very low. So my simple advice would be to don't hold altcoins and go into capital preserving assets. This could be Bitcoin. This could also be stable coins, and stay in them, create a process that allows you to understand, okay, when is the time to head back into altcoins? And then you can start buying altcoins with the processes and out of the mistakes that you've learned, like with everything that you build up over the time, where you basically can chill in capital preserving assets. And this is what I would do right now. So de-risk the portfolio, no matter how much down you are right now, because it's not the loss that you have right now that matters, but the future gains that you will make in the next bull run. And the question comes up, are the coins that you currently hold the right ones? And the simple answer to that is most of you don't know. So you have to get back into the trenches, understand what you did wrong, or you go into Bitcoin and hold it long term.
Yeah, so basically when you talk about processes, just like have a clear set of rules, like what do I do when X happens, what do I do when Y happens?
Yeah.
And so basically also all my systems are short. They're negative on altcoins right now, so I'm not in altcoins right now.
Yeah.
But rest assured, our AIs, our systems, as soon as the market will pick back up again, I will go super heavy into altcoins.
Yeah.
But obviously only when the time is right, and we will identify the highest possibilities or best narratives out there.
Yeah.
So right now, cut and then just enter again. Just buy the best altcoins at the right time.
Yeah.
When the time is there. It's that easy.
It's that easy. It isn't that complicated if you have the right processes in place. So also maybe to give you some more insights into like the coins that you hold right now, like most of them are narrative coins. And Should we touch on that as well, or should we do an extra episode?
Yeah, next one.
Okay, so this will be the next episode to categorize the coins you hold, and this will also tell you a lot about the holding periods of them. So if you don't want to miss that, click the follow button and activate the bell. We only post high value stuff. So with that being said, see you in the next episode.
See you in the next one.